I want to say something why I think the NBA has got a real fighting chance here. The biggest brand in this league easily is the Lakers. And the biggest personal brand is LeBron, and it's not really close. Giannis, Kawhi, great players, they're not LeBron's brand. And they're both humming this year. LeBron's humming, and the Lakers are humming. Both excellent. You really got to get this year in. If the Yankees are really, really good, and they've got a bunch of stars, and you've got a crisis or a lockdown, you at least know the last images of that season will be somebody in Yankee Stadium potentially hoisting the banner, hoisting the trophy. That's a great last image. And I'll give you an example. LeBron's first title in Miami. We never discredit that. Do you know that was a shortened season? We never talk about that. We never bring that up. Why? Because the last image, we loved Dwayne Wade. We were so happy for LeBron, Chris Bosh. We saw images. We knew Pat Riley. We never talk about that. We forget that it was a shortened season, and we've never once held that against LeBron James and D. Wade. It's like movies. Usual Suspect, good movie. But what makes Usual Suspects to be considered by many to be better than it was, it's got a great ending. It's got a great last 15 minutes. And it covers up, which is mostly, it's an okay movie. But if you ask people, you ever watch Usual Suspects? Oh, my God, it's like Gone with the Wind. It's like Goodfellas. It's like Godfather. It's the best movie. It's an average movie, slightly above average, with a great ending. This is why you got to get this season in. Because if the last image, there's a chance that it's going to be LeBron in a Laker uniform, third team winning a title, we're not going to 20 years on a 30 for 30 talk about the virus. We're going to talk about LeBron and the Lakers. The last image, the last 10 minutes of the movie are going to be so unbelievable. You are going to go, wow, LeBron, third team. Wasn't that the year? Yeah. But, God, that's better than Jordan. I mean, he's way better. And I'll fill shows for years on, LeBron's better than Jordan. Not that damn virus. And there's another part of this. Whenever there's a downturn, whenever there is a crisis for an American business, and the NBA, this is a crisis, right? Go back to things that are dependable. Go back to the basics. I'll give you an example. In the 90s, Apple was almost bankrupt. Remember, they got rid of Steve Jobs. And the stories are Apple was about, there's documentaries on it, about 3 months from bankruptcy. Steve Jobs came back. And what did Steve Jobs do? Do you remember what Steve Jobs did? I got his quotes this morning. He slashed 70% of Apple's products. The stuff that was new and niche and cool and you didn't really know it. Steve Jobs said, we wanted to get back to basics. Focus on simplicity. The things we knew people needed and loved and were familiar with. They got rid of all the other stuff. In the NBA, you know what the basics are? LeBron, the Lakers. In baseball, the Yankees. For a long time, Jeter. Those are the basics. When you come out of a crisis, you have to deliver for the public. Things they trust, things they like, things they know, simplicity and basics. LeBron and Lakers, with the chance to be the last image of this season, will take one of the strangest, saddest, most tragic years, Kobe's death, the virus. But if the lasting image is that, that's what we'll talk about 20 years from now. That's the power. That's the power of titles and LeBron and the Lakers and championships and our devotion to sports. Listen, Mark Cuban's a smart guy, and he has been very critical of a lot of businesses during this crisis. But listen to the days he's talking about to give you an idea of the basics being LeBron and the Lakers. If you take out Christmas Day, which is always the highest rated NBA regular season day, if you take that out, The 11 highest-rated NBA games so far this year. 11 for 11. LeBron and the Lakers. They got a chance to win this thing. It will cover up some of the awfulness and the obstacles and the bumps and the crisis. 10 biggest grossing movies last year. Movie theaters, last few years, people aren't going. They were all sequels or franchises. What do people like? What are the basics? What do we know? What do we put our arms around? What do we trust? What are we familiar with? I think Mark Cuban knows it. You got to get back. Whatever it is, modify it. Test everybody, but you got to do everything you can to have a season.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.